No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.
Hi guys, if you want to see how I achieved this Bollywood beautiful glamorous look, then please keep on watching. Hey guys, so I'm simply going to get started. As you can see, I've already done my brows and I've used my Studio Pro BH Cosmetics Shade and Define Dual Brow Pencil. This has been my go-to. I absolutely love it. And I used the LA Girl Pro Concealer just to define that brow and also what's the word, also prime my lids. And then I just use this brush to just fold that out and blend in that concealer. So we're just prepping our lids for our beautiful eyeshadow. And as you saw there, it started creasing. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to take this Photoready Candid Revlon powder, and this is in the shade 002, using my damp beauty blender from Swiitch Beauty. I'm just going to take a very little of that powder and I'm just going to set my eyelids, and this is going to allow our eyeshadow to sit on it very nicely. So our eyelids are primed and ready to go. I'm going to start with our eyeshadow using this palette right here from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to be using the color here called Bestie. It's a very peach slash pink crease color that you will see now, that I'm just going to apply right in my crease just to give it some nice definition. And I'm also going to drag it out, and you want to make sure that you blend. Now I usually blend in circular motions, but also dragging the eyeshadow, and I'm also just going above my crease, like right there, just so that we get a nice pop of that color as well. And you can already see the difference between the two eyes. So you just want to take a little bit and blend. You guys know I'm all for blending, and as you can see, I'm holding the brush towards the end so that we have nice movement, and you're not pressing too hard onto your eyelids. So just make sure that's nicely blended, and do the same to both eyes in the crease and also above. So if you want to place the eyeshadow just above the crease, just look straight, and then right there, that's where you want to place that eyeshadow. Because I mean, you don't want to place everything in the crease and then you just can't see anything. Then you have done all that work for nothing. And I love to drag my eyeshadow out because I love that elongated cat eye look. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm just dragging that like that. As you can see, blending definitely takes time because you don't want any harsh lines in your eyeshadow. Next, I'm just going to take this clean fluffy brush, and I'm just going to make sure that I'm blending away any harsh lines, and that's at the edges of that pink eyeshadow. And here's one trick. I always start with my eyes first on most occasions because some eyeshadows have a lot of fallout, and by fallout I mean that when you're applying your eyeshadow and you see a lot of sprinkles of eyeshadow on your face, that is what is called fallout. So I would advise you always do your eyeshadow first, so that if there is a lot of fallout, you can just take a clean wipe and then wipe it away and then start your base. If you have your base on first and you do your eyes last, it's going to be so much more difficult to wipe away or clean out that product, especially after you finish your base and put in all the work. And especially when you're using color, make sure to do your eyeshadow first. And I mean, besides, for me, applying eyeshadow always takes the longest. My base is so quick, but the eyeshadow takes time. So take your time on your eyeshadow and then apply your base. See, that is nicely blended. No harsh lines. I'm going in with my clean brush again, and I'm just making sure that is nicely blended. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to go in with the same palette, and I'm going to be using this color here called Stalker. It's a slightly deeper color than the Bestie color that I just used there. And on my angle brush, I'm just going to apply that shadow on the outer corner of my eye. And as you can see, I'm just stamping it in place. So I'm getting the eyeshadow or placing it exactly where I want it to be, which is the outer corner of my eye. And then with whatever's left on that brush, I'm just going to blend that in my crease, just for more definition. Look at that. See, so you apply that on the outer corner, press, 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 and then blend into the crease. And once you have that eyeshadow exactly where you want it, very, very softly, with no added eyeshadow, I'm just using whatever's on there. You just want to make sure that you blend that in. There we go. And sorry for the noise. It's just so windy outside, and there's a lot of traffic in the area, so I'm so sorry if you hear a lot of hooting and a lot of trees and wind. Unfortunately, that is out of my control, but I hope you guys can hear me. Look at that. Beautiful. And I'm also dragging that eyeshadow out in a V shape as well. All right, I'm going back in with that same fluffy brush that I used the first color, and I'm just going to make sure that those two colors are nicely married together. And there we go. I'm just going to do the same for the other eye, going in with the Stalker color, and you just want to press that eyeshadow exactly where you want it, like I'm doing now. Like that. Now, fortunately for me, this eyeshadow, or these two colors that I'm specifically using, you will see that I don't have any fallout. And fallout is not a bad thing. You just want to be wise with that application. So no fallout, which is lovely. And I'm just continuing with that, and I'm going to drag that color into my crease. Always make sure that you try to get both sides looking as even as possible. That's what I do. Also with my brows, like I usually do my brows off camera, because I promise you, my brows and eyeliner are two things. Wait. And applying lashes. I must tell you guys, like I struggle with applying eyelashes. No matter how many times I've been doing it, I still struggle. Hopefully one day I will get there. But I still struggle with lash application, eyeliner. I don't struggle with my brows, but you know, it just takes time to get the color or the shape as close to the same as possible. Okay, that's the eyeshadow on both sides. And don't worry so much about it looking messy there, because we're going to clean that up with either a wipe, or you can just use your concealer. But I would suggest going in with a wipe first, since we are playing around with colors. Okay, I think I'm happy with how that is looking. Our eyes look nice and pretty. We've got beautiful color going on. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a cut crease. So I'm going to use my Pro Concealer. I'm going to apply some on my hand. And then I'm going to take, just look for my brush. Where is my brush? Here we go. I'm going to take this flat brush right here. It's nice and small, so you will see when I cut my crease, it becomes so easy. So to cut your crease, just apply your eyeshadow like that. Look up, and then you see those lines there? That's exactly where you must apply that concealer so that you'll still be able to see it when you apply whatever color you want to. See? And you want to take your time with cutting your crease because you don't want to cut too high up where you cover all the eyeshadow, but you also don't want to cut too low where you don't actually see the cut crease. So you want to go just a little bit above your crease. And I usually like to take it like a lot towards the outer corner of my eye. Yeah, just do both on both sides. Alrighty, now that we have our cut creases as close to being the same as possible, next I'm going to take this palette, by Carli Bybel, love a palette, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to go in with this color right here. It's a very peach glitter with pink and gold reflexes, which I think is super pretty. And I'm just going to take that on the flat brush and apply that on where I cut the crease, because we want a nice bling over there. Can I use my finger because that brush is not doing it? Sorry if you guys can't see this color on camera, but it definitely is giving me some nice shimmer. Okay, and once that is nice and set, I'm going back to my other palette. Using my angled brush that I used that deeper shade, I'm going to go back into that and I'm just going to marry these two so that there's no harsh lines between the eyeshadows. So you just want to blend as much as possible these two shades together. So you want to get rid of that harsh line that's there. See, that one's way blended and it looks so much better. So we're just going to do the same for this eye. I'm going back with that brush with the light pink and I'm just defining those lines. I'm blending. So you see, there's no harsh line between that deeper pink with my cut crease. It's nicely blended, as well as on top. That colors are nicely blended. And if you wanted, you can define that more by just adding more eyeshadow into your crease. See, I'm just applying that in my crease just to bring back that definition. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, I think the last thing that I want to do to the eyes, I'm going back into the Carli Bybel palette, and there's a rose gold, red, pink type of eyeshadow here with glitter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same flat brush and I'm just going to apply the shadow right here where the lighter glitter and the outer corner of the color meets. And I'm just going to blend that. Since we are going for a super glam look, we might as well add all the glitter and the glamour. And this is just going to add more definition and color to the eyes. So you can stamp that on. And you want to blend. And that looks so pretty. That looks so pretty. Okay guys, I'm going to do the rest of my face and then I will come back and show you or basically finish off my eyes. Alrighty. Okay guys, now that we have our liner on, I'm just going to go back in with the very first palette we'll be using, which is this one here. And using that same brushes that I used, this one here with the light pink, I'm just going to run that on the bottom lash line. Because we want to make sure that we build the color from lightest to darkest, or well, that's how I prefer doing it. Okay, and next I'm going to go in with the other angled brush. And I'm going to go in with that darker pink, maroon, purple, whatever it is. And I'm just going to build on top of that color. See, now if you wouldn't want this eye look to be so pink, I can recommend that maybe you go in at the bottom with a darker brown, but I like everything to tie together, so that's why I'm going in with the two colors that I used on top. And you want to make sure that it's nicely joined here as well as the side. And make sure that you blend out the bottom lash line as well. And with me, I go in quite dark with the color on the bottom lash line because I've realized that once you apply your mascara, if the eyeshadow is too light, sometimes it tends to fade away behind all that mascara. So don't be afraid to take it a bit down, as you can see of what I've done. And what that's going to do is it's just going to make your eyes nice and sultry. And you also want to make sure that this color is nicely blended. If at any point you do feel like you've taken the bottom eyeshadow a bit too low, you can just go in with some concealer and you can just clean that up. But I'm quite happy with how this is looking. And lastly, I'm going to go in with my clean fluffy brush and I'm just going to make sure that this is blended like that. And like that. I'm just going to apply my lashes. I'm going to put on a lip. I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to apply some jewelry and my outfit, and I will be right back. And this is the final result, you guys. As you can see, I've added all my bling. I've added my eyelashes, and that eyelashes are from Hebe Beauty, the summer collection. And I've used the shade, the style Grape rather. I think these are my favorite because they're so nice and wispy. And on my lips, unfortunately on camera now it looks a bit red, but this is Beige Cosmetic Dark Rose, and this is a beautiful, like super pink dark rose shade, as I've said. So I must tell you guys, this look is completely out of my comfort zone. My mom is half Indian, but I never usually wear Indian outfits. And right now I'm in a full-on sari. I've got all the bling, my hair is done, I'm wearing a dot. And I must say, I love it. I'm a huge lover of Bollywood movies and their music. I absolutely love it. But when it comes to the dressing, I myself don't usually dress like this. But I must say, I feel beautiful. I feel Indian. I love it. I feel glamorous. So I'm just going to give you a sneak peek of my sari. It's got this beautiful pink and purple detailing. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I've got these earrings that I used for my matric ball. And yes, gorgeous eyelashes, makeup on fleek, hair on fleek. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like all my videos, share it with every other beautiful person out there, and please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know if you prefer me to do like voiceover videos or if you prefer the one-on-one chats. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support, and stay tuned for my next video. Whenever